What's up, YouTube family? Super excited to bring you to the first video on this my new journey. I'm here to unveil it on my on my YouTube channel, but I've done that on my Instagram by letting them know that hi, I got a new account, $5,000 account from a Propfirm, which you guys know, gold funded. Yeah, my previous account, which I was updating on this my YouTube channel. I got breached on everything. So I newly acquired this $5,000 that I'm about to do to share the journey with you guys. You understand? So guys, without wasting much of your time, guys, I want you to do something for me. Please, if you're new to my channel, what I do in my channel is documenting my journey becoming a profitable trader. It's not easy, but I'm keeping going. You understand? I'm not stopping and everything. So if you're new to this channel, please do it to give me a subscribe to subscribe to my channel. Turn on post notification because I'll be posting new videos like this on my channel every Sunday. So now I'm about to do what to break down the weekly trade I took on this account here on YouTube. So if you're here to follow me on Instagram, please use the name as you can see on your screen to give me a follow on Instagram, because I also document my journey there and I also share educational values on my Instagram. Not only that, I have a free Telegram channel where I post this trade before I take them. The reason why I'm taking them, it's not a signal group, it is where I just document my trades as a journal. Do you understand? So guys, if something you're interested, please use the link in the description. Without wasting much of your time, guys, let's go on the chart on my trading journal so that I can actually break down this trade, the reason why I took them for this week. I'll catch you guys. I'm back on the chart, but right now I won't be doing anything on this chart now, but because I'll be going on my trading journal to explain the trade I took this week and break it down for you on my trading journal instead of doing it on the chart. But meanwhile, let me show you the trading journal I'm actually using. The name of the trading journal I'm using, TradePad Better. I just got this journal yesterday from one guy like that on Instagram, so I followed it through and I had to use to document my trade, and I think so far this journal is actually good, so I would recommend you to actually use this journal. It is free. Do you understand? Until they get the paid permission, we'll see. So meanwhile, first of all, before I go to the trades I took this week, I want to show you guys how my system is. And mind you, I trade the DAX system. I don't know if you guys know DAX. I had to change my strategy from CRT now to DAX system. Now, reason because of the there's a specific reason for this, but I'm not going to say it on this video. I'm not saying CRT is not profitable. It's very profitable, but this DAX strategy theory actually suits the way I want to be trading. So meanwhile, let's go to the chart. I want to show you guys how my system is before I explain the trade that I took this week. So now it is basically I call it sweep, break, and inducement. So I want to draw this thing for you guys because I have two type. We have the type 1 and we have the type 2. So now this is the type 1. Let's say for instance the market is trending, so we get a liquidity sweep, we get a break, and this. So this is my type 1 incoming. Then here will be my entry. This is the first break of structure. This is the second break of structure. So here is my structural liquidity. Call it structural liquidity or inducement. So let me put it very well. Yes. So that's type 1. This is type 1. And here is type 2. It's slight difference. So this is type 2. Yeah, this is type 2 of my strategy. So this is type 2. So now you can see it is all about break in structural liquidity and continuation. Break, structural liquidity and continuation. So this is basically what I'm trading, but if you trade it this way, you're trading pattern. So we don't trade pattern here, we trade what we follow a system. So this is actually the signature that I'm looking for on every pair. But now there are other factors that must validate this system. So guys, I'm not talking about that on this video. I just want to break down the weekly outlook, the weekly trade I took for this week. So let's go to my trading journal so I can show you guys. So now welcome to my trading journal. You can see on my trading journal, this is the dashboard, and this is my current account balance, 5,151. Yes, and the total trade I took this week is 5 trades. So now let's go to the trades. So if I click here, very good journal coming. So these are the trades here. These are the trades. So the first trade here on my screen here is the card CHF, but meanwhile these two got into the card CHF and the US CHF. Actually I entered them at both times, so which you can see that it is the same time. So let's go on the card CHF first. Let me click on it. So look at it, the symbol, the type is sell. It was a sell trade that I caught on the 7th of April. So now what is the reason why I took this trade? So the first thing, I'd go on my 1 hour time frame or 4 hour time frame to actually look for that pattern. You see this signature, either I'm looking for the type 1 or I'm looking for the type 2. So now I went to my 1 hour time frame. What did I see? I saw my type 1. No, I saw my type 2 in this scenario. This is my type 2. So upon seeing that, I don't know if you can see it very well, upon seeing that on card CHF on 2 hour time frame, what did I do? I had to do what? To set my limit on that time frame, because I had to set my limit and validate and do the necessary validation on my trading plan. So you can see from the consider. So look at the note, setup type 2 on 1 hour time frame, validation, structural liquidity above the 50% level, and origin of price. So now I went to my higher time frame to know where price is coming from, to know if this my setup on 2 hour time frame is actually at the right point of selling zone, which is the premium and the discount. So I need to validate that on the higher time frame, which is what I said. I went to the type 2 setup is at the premium level of the daily swing. So all trade checklist is followed correctly. So now this is it here. So this is the higher time frame. So you can see that the higher time frame is showing me a bearish trend. So I was just looking for a bearish opportunity, which I saw on the 2 hour time frame. I had to validate that my setup. So you can see that this is my fib level, with the tick mark is the fib level, which the upper part is the premium zone and the lower part is the discount zone. And you can see that the signature, which is around here, was around above the 50%, which is the premium zone. That was a confluence for me to take this trade on card CHF, and without wasting much of your time, guys, I took this trade and it gave me a 3% on my account. This is the same thing I did on my USD JPY on the second trade. So let's go to the second trade. So if I click this, you can see the second trade, which is that's on that same day, and you can see it is plus 3.16% on my account. What did I do? The same setup. I had to look for my trading signature on 1 hour time frame or 4 hour time frame or 2 hour time frame. But in this case, I saw my type 2 setup on my 1 hour time frame, which you can see here. This is my type 2. So upon seeing this, I had to do go and validate this to know if actually it is on the premium level or on the discount level. So what did I do? I went to my daily time frame. I'll first of all look at the trend. The trend is actually downward trend. USD CHF was downward trend. So I had to do to validate it, and you can see that the setup was around the premium zone, which was a confluence for me, and I was interested in taking this sell. But without wasting much of the time, guys, you can see how the trade played out. It tapped me in with a zero drawdown and went straight to my TP, giving me plus 3% on my account. Now there are other factors I used to validate this trade. I actually used what we call commitment of traders report, COT, which you can see on my screen here. So this is a COT. I'm not going to talk much about this thing, but this is a fundamental aspect that makes me validate my trading setup. So now I had to come here to validate that my trade sell, which was actually correct. So now I had to I took this trade and it hit TP of plus 3%. Meanwhile, I sent all these trades before I took them on my Telegram channel. So if you're interested in joining my Telegram channel, please do it to use the description below to get over to my wall, to get on into my Telegram channel, to get updated of this my setup. Meanwhile, they are not signal but my own personal trading idea. So now that was the second trade I took for me, which was 2 TP, and I got another opportunity on what on EURUSD that same day. You can see 7th of April. Let's click on it. A sell opportunity following my same system. So you can see the setup, in this case this was a type 1 setup that was found on what H4 time frame, which you can see. So now if I to zoom it, you can see the setup, the same thing. This is a type 1 after the sweep of liquidity, the break of structure, and what an inducement, and I expect price to return back to this level to do what, to continue its trend. So now how do I validate this? I had to go to the what, to the higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. You can see on my weekly time frame, yes, the market is actually trending upward, yes, but at this point this market is actually what, doing a little bit of retracement on a weekly time frame. And you know, on a weekly time frame, when there's a retracement on lower time frame, is actually what, a trend. So now in this case, this retracement you can see here is actually at the premium level of what, of the weekly swing, which is why I was interested in selling that opportunity. But coming to the daily time frame, you can see the daily swing, this setup was around the discount level. This got to me, I was like, okay, I'm willing to take this risk since the weekly and the daily on this my setup is not aligning. Let me take the risk because the higher time frame is, which is the weekly time frame, is telling me that the price is at what, the a premium. But now daily time frame is telling me that this my setup is around its discount, what, its discount zone. Am I willing to take that? And I said yes, I am willing to take it because I'm ready to put the risk on the table, which you can see here that turned out to be what, a loss for me. So that might be the reason why I took this loss. But I also used my what, my COT to confirm what, my selling what buyers, which was telling me that yes, US30 is on what, on a higher short contract, which is why I took this trade. But you can see that nothing is 100% on this what, in this hour market. So the price actually hit my what, SL with what, minus 1%. So you can see here, which is minus 0.91% on my account. So that was the trade I took for that day, being April 7. So fast forward to the next day, a minute is loading. So I got another opportunity on what, US30, because I was still interested in selling US30. That was April 8. So if I'm to click it, so you can see that it was actually what, a loss trade. Why did I take that loss? I don't know, but what I know is that I followed my system. Like I said here on my note, same setup as the previous trade, but in this case my setup is at the premium zone of the daily swing, which makes it high probable. So my friends, I need you to understand something, that high probability setup can actually what, turn out to be a loss. But the main thing here is to actually what, follow your trade plan. So now look at the confluence. The COT data result was actually what, checked. What is the type? It was a type 1, and it was actually a downtrend. Sorry, let me click it, a downtrend. So out of the 5 confluence, I have 3 confluence ticked. So that was a high probable for me. So you can see this journal is very interesting. So I have my trading view chart. So look at where I entered. Look at where I enter entry, and this is where I took out my trade exits. You can see how good this journal is. It will show you your entry point on your trading view. But meanwhile, I didn't take this trade on my trading view, but based on their integration, they will show you where you enter on what, trading view. So that is that. So let me show you why I took this trade. So you can see I said COT data confluence short. So I have more selling contract, which made me more interested in selling US30. But in this case, this was where I entered, and look at it here, how the trade turned out to stop me out on SL. And that was it, guys, that was it. So the next trade, I got another opportunity on April 10 on this pair GBP JPY. So if I click on it, you will see that this is the reason why I took this trade. Now I said the setup that was found on a 4-hour time frame was what, the type 2 setup. So I had to validate it. How do I go on the validation? I went to my higher time frame to actually look at where this type 2 is actually coming from. Is it on a premium level or on a discount level? So on a weekly time frame, I mark out my swing. You can see that price is actually at what? The premium zone. The general bias, the general trend on the weekly time frame is bearish, but currently the market is actually making a bullish what? Correction. So now, but I had to do what? Spot my what? My setup type 2, and it is on what? The premium zone of the weekly swing. So now that was what? A confidence for me to do what? To short GBP JPY. And also I got what? My COT data on GBP and JPY is telling me that we have much more bearish contract from the bigger boys in the market. So guys, which is why I was interested in selling GBP JPY, but it turned out to be what? A loss on this trade. So guys, these are the trades I took this week. So let's go to my analytics. So you can see the confluences here. I have 3 confluences out of 5. So that was a high probable setup. So now let's go to my analysis on the trades so far. So guys, let's go here. So this is my this is the analytics on my trade for this week. So you can see that I'm currently on $5,151 on my accounts. Now I didn't start this account on a $5,000 per se. I started it from 4,940 because I took some previous trade that hit my SL, but not using this new strategy. So now I brought this account from 4,940 to 5,151. It would have been a higher percentage if I had started with $5,000, but no, I didn't start with it as my initial balance. So guys, you can see my strategy performance. This is the strategy name, HSBI. That is what I use: sweep, break, and inducement. So now look at the symbols that I traded this week: USD CHF, CAD CHF, GBP JPY, and US30. So you can see that these two, CHF, USD, and CAD, did well for me. Meanwhile, US30 did mess on me. So meanwhile, let me show you something on this analysis. My average win is plus 3%, while my average loss is minus 0.67%. So you can see that I wasn't able to, my normal risk appetite is 1% per trade, but I was able to manage my risk, which around about average my loss around 0.67. This is purely risk management. And the most traded pair is the US30, which did mess on me here, and the total trades there were 5 trades for this week. So average RR is 1:1.8, which is a good one, and my win rate is 40% for this week. Guys, it's a good one, and I'm not too excited, not more anymore, just that I'm happy that I followed my rule. This is the first time in my trading career that I was able to follow my rule from a weekly perspective, and I did not make any mistake. Guys, I think the improvement is about to show, is already showing. So the profit factor is 3.13, which is a good one. So you can see my best day was the day I made 5.3%, and the best trade was my USD CHF that gave me 3.16%. Then the worst day was the day I lost 0.59, and the worst of all is when I lost 0.91. You can see I didn't lose up to 1% because I managed my risk. So Tuesday was a good day, weekday performance. Tuesday was a good day, Wednesday was bad, Friday was bad. So totally my account is 5,151. So guys, this is how my week ended. We hope better for next week, and if you're interested in joining my Telegram channel, it is free. Please use the link in my description, and also give me a follow on Instagram because I post more educational content on my Instagram. And also, if you want to still remain on YouTube, please give me a subscribe, be my subscriber, and turn on bell notification whenever, because I'll be posting this on my channel every Sunday to carry you through this journey. If I'm going to pass this $5,000 account or I'm going to fail it, I don't know, but I'm positive in whatever I am doing. So guys, I don't want to waste your time. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love. We hope better for next week, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love.